What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Lou Bar's Garage. Today we have something that we've been needing to work on for a bit. We've been driving, we've been hearing some knocking around, and come to find out that we have a bad CV axle on our driver's side. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna go ahead and remove the old CV axle and install the new one that we literally just got 30 minutes ago. So let's go ahead and get into the process and get this thing done so we can get back on the road. There it is. There it is. All right, guys, first things first is we're gonna go ahead and loosen up the lug nuts on the wheels so that way we can get it up. All right, now that we got that loose, go ahead and lift her up. Beautiful. Okay, next thing is we're gonna go ahead and loosen up this CV axle nut with this 32 millimeter socket that we borrowed from our local hardware store. So let's get to it. And a little tip for you, you're gonna wanna use this screwdriver and you're gonna wanna place it right in there so that way when you're pulling and loosening up the bolt there, your axle is not gonna be spinning, so that way it stays in place. Next, we're gonna go ahead and take that bolt off right there, a clip, so you just pull it off with the needle nose and zip that bad boy off. All right, guys, so as you can see, I went ahead and took off all of the suspension components, the tie rod, the end link, popped off the whole wheel hub there. Now, before we get to the actual CV axle, there's one thing that you must do, and that is drain your transmission fluid first. Okay, I learned this the hard way. I ended up pulling off the CV axle, forgetting that the transmission oil was literally going to ooze out of that hole and just spill all over my floor here. So, first things first, guys, drain your transmission fluid. So we're gonna go ahead and do that first. We need to get the guard off. So that'll take a few bolts. And let's get that off first so we can get access to the drain plug of the transmission so we can flush it out. There it is. There is the transmission fluid getting drained. Once we're done there, we're gonna go ahead and plug it up and we're gonna go ahead and remove our CV axle. All right, so a couple other things that we rented from the local hardware store was this CV joint puller adapter. So it just looks like a U shape here, and it'll go behind the CV joint. And we're gonna go ahead and use this slide hammer that we also rented. And we're gonna go ahead and slide hammer that CV axle out of there. It'll make it a lot easier. All right. Okay, well, there are the axles. Here's the new one. This is the old one. We went ahead and successfully got the new CV axle into the transmission. String sling here, so that way it kind of holds it in place while I hammered it in with my 4-pound hammer there. And there you have it. So now put everything back together, and hopefully that takes care of the knocking that we've been hearing. Now that we went ahead and refilled our transmission with the transmission fluid, it's time to go ahead and work on reinstalling all of the suspension components. We went ahead and put the suspension back together. As you can see, we put the strut tower back on, the sway bar link, and link as well, and tighten down the spindle nut. Everything looks great. Now we just need to put the cover back on underneath the underbody. We successfully installed the new CV axle, put everything back together. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe so we can keep growing this channel together. Until next time, we'll see you then, or we'll see you another time.